Imagine a single city governing nearly a quarter of the world's population. No electricity, no computers, no modern transportation, just stone, steel, and a level of organizational discipline that changed history. At its peak, the Roman Empire functioned as a massive, world-spanning machine. You are interacting with foundations laid by Rome more than 2,000 years ago. The empire's rise was driven by unmatched innovation, but its decline was fueled by a very specific, systemic paradox. Rome effectively collapsed under the crushing weight of its own expansion. The very success that made it a superpower created the internal pressures that eventually broke it. Legend attributes Rome's birth to twin brothers raised by a wolf in 753 BC. The historical reality is rooted in geography. Rome began as a small settlement on the Tiber River, benefiting from a central position in the Mediterranean that provided natural protection and lucrative trade routes. Early Romans replaced their kings with a revolutionary political system, a republic. Power was split between elected officials and a senate. It was a resilient structure designed to ensure that no single person could ever hold absolute authority over the state. This system faced a massive test against Carthage, a wealthy North African powerhouse. In 218 BC, the Carthaginian general Hannibal achieved a logistical miracle, marching thousands of soldiers and armored war elephants across the frozen Alps directly into Italy. Rome absorbed years of losses on its own soil, but refused to surrender. Instead, Roman leaders launched an aggressive counterstrike against the city of Carthage itself. At the Battle of Zama in 202 BC, Rome emerged victorious, claiming total control over the Mediterranean. This victory flooded Rome with unprecedented land, wealth, and slaves. However, the influx of power acted as a slow-acting poison. The Republic was a system built to manage a small city, and it was becoming overwhelmed by the spoils of global conquest. As the borders expanded, wealth and loyalty began to shift. Successful military commanders became richer than the government itself, and soldiers began looking to their generals, rather than the Senate, for their pay and their future. Julius Caesar exploited this shift. After years of conquering Gaul, he built an army loyal only to him. When political rivals ordered him to surrender his command, Caesar chose to rebel. In 49 BC, he crossed the Rubicon River, an act that signaled the start of a civil war. Caesar defeated his rivals and was named dictator, but his rise ended in the Senate chamber. On the Ides of March, a group of senators assassinated him, hoping to save the Republic from becoming a monarchy. The assassination backfired, plunging Rome into further chaos until Caesar's heir, Octavian, consolidated power. In 27 BC, he took the name Augustus and became the first Roman emperor. The Republic was gone, replaced by a permanent military autocracy. The death of the Republic was the final outcome of a city-state simply outgrowing its original constitutional framework. The transition to an empire was the price paid for its rapid expansion. Under the emperors, Rome entered the Pax Romana, or Roman peace. At its peak under Emperor Trajan, the empire governed 3 continents, bringing stability to nearly 70 million people. Maintaining this scale required a logistical miracle. Engineers built 250,000 miles of layered stone roads and gravity-powered aqueducts that carried fresh water across hundreds of miles to sustain massive urban populations. They mastered climate control through the hypocast, a system that circulated hot air beneath the floors of public baths and luxury villas, providing a level of comfort that wouldn't be seen again for centuries. Their most resilient engineering achievement was a unique form of concrete. When used in harbor structures, a chemical reaction with seawater actually made the material stronger over thousands of years, a secret scientists are still studying today. This data shows the massive fiscal cost of maintaining that physical and military infrastructure. Guarding 3 continents and repairing 250,000 miles of road required a budget the empire couldn't sustain. To pay for the army and the bureaucracy, the government debased its currency and increased taxes, triggering a cycle of hyperinflation and economic decay. The logistical complexity required to hold the empire together eventually made it too expensive and too massive to survive. We often imagine Rome fell in a single, apocalyptic day in AD 476. In reality, The Western Empire fragmented slowly over decades, succumbing to a long series of internal crises and external invasions. Even then, Rome didn't truly vanish. The eastern half, the Byzantine Empire, survived in Constantinople for another 1,000 years, preserving Roman law and engineering. Rome's legacy remains embedded in our daily lives. Modern legal principles, the Romance languages, and the very architecture of our government buildings are direct descendants of the Roman system. Rome serves as a reminder that no civilization is immune to change. While the political machine eventually broke, the innovations it created have outlived the empire itself. If you enjoyed this journey through the Roman machine, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more cinematic documentaries. Now we want to hear from you. What do you think was the biggest factor in Rome's fall? Economic decline, political instability, or military pressure? Let us know in the comments below.